and won a trip to the FIFA World Cup 2026. Whoever uses Visa most wins. Pay with Visa.
Come to Fun Station where dreams take flight. Have a happy fun time from day till night. It's a special place that shines so bright, and we're all kids late with no end in sight. And yes, now we're playing and laughing and free, together with you and all of our friends.
Time Check, brought to you by BioStrath Immune with added zinc. Distributed by H&J Enterprises Limited.
Wheelchair-bound woman killed in house fire, residents haunted by the cries. Doctor warns nurses' strike is a sure sign of serious deficiencies within healthcare. And it's Good Friday. Catholics across the country take part in Stations of the Cross. Good evening, I'm Keyshawn Haynes. Welcome to the Good Friday newscast here on CNC3. Residents of Robinson Lane, Laventille are grieving an elderly neighbor who died in a house fire last night. 84-year-old Elise Morris was on the top floor of her home when the fire began. Two children, ages 3 and 10, were also in the house when the blaze began, but were able to escape unharmed. Fire officers from the Morva and Ryson Road fire stations responded and extinguished the blaze. However, Morris's remains were found inside. CNC3 News visited the neighborhood today and spoke with one resident whose husband tried to rescue Morris from the burning house.
He was trying to get inside because he was told that there's an old lady that lives there, or that lived there, who's in a wheelchair, and he was told that she was still inside, so he was trying to get in to assist her, but he couldn't get in.
Another woman who was home when the fire began says she was particularly shaken even hours after the incident because she could still hear her neighbor's cries.
Yeah, she was screaming up to now, and all. When I come downstairs to my ear, she's still screaming.
Oh, so
it traumatized everybody in the neighborhood. It traumatized everybody.
And responding to CNC3 News via WhatsApp, Laventille West MP Cream Marcel says his team will drop off emergency supplies and a temporary food cart to the surviving family members. He also says he's in contact with the Minister of the People and Social Development, Vandana Mohit, who is aware of the incident, to provide additional assistance to the family. Archbishop Charles Jason Gordon is lamenting the spate of murders and violence in the nation as investigations continue into the murder of 11-month-old Jaden Sutton and his father Joseph. Speaking with CNC3 News after this morning's Stations of the Cross procession in East Port of Spain, Gordon says while the loss of a child's life was particularly tragic, each murder is one that should be recognized.
There are so many times in a year where we hear of a murder that when it gets as bad as a child, then, it becomes a national thing. But we really should make a national outcry every time there is a loss of life.
DCP in charge of operations and goal commander for the state of emergency, Suzette Martin, also responded to the double murder of little Jaden and his father, urging the public's support in finding their killers.
We don't have officers to be at every point, but if the community can reach out to us and give us the information that we need, we will deal with all the matters, outstanding matters at this time. But all the investigations are actively ongoing.
So far, no one has been arrested for the murders. The Prison Officers Association is calling for a full investigation into the circumstances that led to a prison officer being electrocuted yesterday. The officer, who was discharged today, was attempting to close a cell door at Building 13 of the maximum security prison when he felt a jolt through his body. It was only through the intervention of an inmate who removed an electrical wire off the door that he was trying to break free. The association says this is the first time this has happened and is calling for a thorough investigation to determine if anyone could be charged with attempted murder, as they believe it may have been a deliberate attempt to injure a prison officer.
But we view this sabotage and booby trapping, I have to say, of the gate by causing electrical leads to be fastened to the gate as an attempted murder.
And calls and messages to Acting Prisons Commissioner Carlos Carraspi went unanswered, but Gordon is urging all prison officers to be more vigilant. He says the safety of officers is non-negotiable. And with that, we take a break. We'll be right back.
Jason has watched every World Cup from here, but not today. Because he made all his purchases with Visa and won a trip to the FIFA World Cup 2026. Whoever uses Visa most wins. Pay with Visa. Can you do this?
Welcome back. As local Catholics joined with the global Christian community in observing Good Friday, parishioners took part in several processions commemorating the crucifixion across Trinidad and Tobago. But apart from the spiritual significance of the observances, Port of Spain parishioners say that the tradition is an important part of Catholic culture and identity. Shane Superville and cameraman Gary Vincent visited East Port of Spain for this story.
From as early as 5 a.m., Port of Spain parishioners were already in place, gathering at the corner of Charlotte and Park Streets, eager to show their commitment to their faith and tradition. The annual Stations of the Cross unites Catholics in their observance of Christ's crucifixion and its significance in Christian doctrine. This year, the Port of Spain parish returned to Calvary Hill for the first time in years as the route for their procession. Speaking with CNC Through News, Archbishop Charles Jason Gordon said commemorating Christ's final moments before his crucifixion was relevant even today as people struggle with sharing positivity in the face of cynicism.
The Christ is in our midst, and some people are in devotion by feeding the hungry, by visiting the prisoner, by visiting and helping the sick, and some are jeering, mocking, and making their lives more difficult.
Gordon said he was pleased with the turnout for the pilgrimage and is optimistic the numbers would continue to grow once the tradition was maintained.
So you have to see this as a startup, and so the turnout for a startup is very good. Next year, now we know what we do, we'll build over the next few years. Most times these things take about 3 years to build up to what it will be.
Longtime parishioner Joan O'Brady told CNC Through News that she was happy to be a part of this year's procession as it was her way of keeping the tradition alive.
I hope it will never be lost. Besides being a prayerful situation, it is also history. If something started from 18-something and it's going on still today, we should really consider that we will have to keep this going.
The event attracted Minister of Planning, Economic Affairs and Development Kennedy Swarat Singh, Minister in the Ministry of Housing Philip Edward Alexander, and Minister of Housing David Lee. Officers of the Interagency Task Force and the DCP's security detail kept close watch over the procession, at one point even assisting in carrying the cross themselves near the top of the hill. DCP in charge of operations Suzette Martin told CNC Through News that the police were prepared to accommodate parishioners for their pilgrimage to ensure everyone's safety.
So all the divisions that they requested the march, we had officers go to the route first, and today we ensured officers go with them so the march will be safe.
And while this year's procession may be over, the collective faith and tradition is still alive for all involved. Shane Superville, CNC Through News.
And in San Fernando, the Good Friday procession began before dawn with scores of worshippers drawing the attention of early morning commuters and onlookers. Devout Roman Catholics moved through the streets reenacting the Stations of the Cross, with participants taking turns carrying the cross. Parish priest Matthew Duro of the Pro-Cathedral of Our Lady of Perpetual Help reminded the faithful to make Christ a part of who they are.
You know, some of you on a Juve morning when you can't help all yourself because the music in your DNA. Yeah? Don't pretend you know what I'm talking about. And on a Carnival Monday and a Carnival Tuesday, the music in your DNA. Yes. Well, let Jesus be in your DNA. Okay. That you can't help yourself to know Him, to love Him, and to serve Him.
The procession began at the Cluny on Mount Moriah Road before ending at the Pro Cathedral. And while some think it is a dying tradition, the Boboli remains an essential part of the Good Friday holiday as citizens express their frustration on effigies of those who upset them. The Boboli is essentially a symbol of Judas Iscariot, betrayer of Christ. The betrayer. In Princestown, one man who declined to give his name sought to represent an invitation to his Boboli on former Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley.
So today we have someone here who had done a lot of betray. And now he has gotten a written invitation, which he said he didn't get. So that's a betrayal. And next to him is his lady here, who's like a little chicken, a sitting duck, saying nothing about this.
He says that the practice of creating and beating the Good Friday Boboli is a dying tradition and called on parents to teach it to their children. He adds that it's an important tradition because it's about addressing those who betray you as Judas did to Christ. All right, and so we're going to ask tonight, who is your Good Friday Boboli? Here's how some of you responded in tonight's People Say.
The police and them, boy, them and them like the advantages sometimes, but some of them they're just very brutal, boy. They're just very brutal, boy. They go just see you, minding their business and just jangle you, jump you just so.
Well, according to people and other people's opinion, a lot of people saying the Prime Minister. I'm not saying which country, but there's lots of Prime Ministers and Presidents are the Boboli.
My big brother. Guess it's just a Boboli.
No, well, I really have no Good Friday Boboli in mine, but if I had to have one, I would say it's Kamala because she all mama guiding people, telling everybody vote for she and everything will be all right. And she's sacking everybody. She just like a Trump.
I don't remember Albert because we always fighting more, we always get back together.
Kamala Passad Bissessa, because she ain't really doing nothing back for the people but just putting pressure on us. Pain, sorrow. Watch how the place looking, everybody under pressure, everybody under pain.
All right, sport is next. Stay with us.
New remedy for the healthy function of the nerves in the feet and legs.
I have been living with diabetes over 10 years, and the nerve pain was becoming unbearable. The numbness, the tingling, the burning became a daily challenge. A friend told me about New Remedy, and after 3 weeks of trying it, there was a marked difference.
Benfotiamine, a synthetic form of thiamine, has been scientifically shown to help relieve many of these symptoms, especially in early cognitive decline. I strongly recommend it as part of your supplement regime and for all patients with nerve problems.
I have confidence in New Remedy because it contains benfotiamine. This has been proven to help with numbness, tingling, and pain in the legs and feet.
As a pharmacist, I strongly recommend New Remedy to all my clients.
If you're experiencing nerve pain like I did, try New Remedy. It worked for me, it will work for you.
New Remedy is available at all major pharmacies nationwide.
This Easter, celebrate more, spend less, only at Passad's The Food King. Easter celebration of value is here. Stock up and save big on your everyday favorites. Swiss Chinatown noodles, 454 grams, 2 packs for $19. Lucy tuna chunks in oil or water, 3 tins, only $25. Coca-Cola 2 liter, 2 bottles for $20. Fresh Harvest seasoned carrots, 4 tins for $20. Creamery ice cream, 2 gallons for $99. Dutch potatoes, 5 pounds, just $10. Lotus soybean oil, 3 liters for $49.99. Sierra chicken franks, 3 packs for $20. Matix peanut butter, 250 grams, 2 for $19.99. Perdix chicken nuggets, 300 grams, $19.99. Country Pride all-purpose flour, 10 kilograms, $59.99. Plus more incredible deals in store this Easter at Passad's The Food King. Offers end April 8th or while stocks last.
Quality value, that's our way. The real That's where
keep us sides.
Jason has watched every World Cup from here, but not today. Because he made all his purchases with Visa and won a trip to the FIFA World Cup 2026. Whoever uses Visa most wins. Pay with Visa.
Recession have you down? Don't lose hope. Head on down to Tire Clinic for the recession deals. That should big savings with our road hazard warranty on Dunlop, Sumitomo, and Falcon tires. Available at Tire Clinic, Cuba, Chaguanas, and Pleasance Park. Tire Clinic, a tire for every need. Call 636-8973 or 636-2958.
Through every storm and every sunrise, a familiar face and a trusted voice returns to your forecast.
This is where it all began.
Good afternoon, Sigourney. Welcome home. Welcome home.
Stronger, sharper, ready to serve you again.
30 minutes, the news.
Because when it comes to your weather,
I'm Sigourney Mohammed with your CNC3 weather forecast. It's good to be home.
All right, welcome back. As the countdown to Carifta 2026 continues, we spotlight two promising medal contenders. Among them, Imani Mills, set to compete in her first Carifta Games in the under-20 girls 100 meters. Mills told Guardian Media about the people she credits for helping her to reach to this stage.
It's definitely my coaches as well as my parents. My parents have been very big supporters ever since the beginning, and obviously my coaches are always pushing me in training, and they always tell me what I can work on and what I need to fix to help me get the times that I want to get.
And former medalist Armani Dillian returned to competition this season in the boys under-20 1500 meters, and his mindset appears to be stronger than ever. The young athlete is already setting the standard and paving the way for the next generation.
I am somebody that other people could look up to. I am an inspiration for the youth who want to do this on the big stage, and I care about myself in a certain manner. I present myself in a great manner every day, and I come to practice every day with that in my head. I come and I attack the training session every day, thinking about the image that I have for myself.
And we'll have much more from the 53rd Carifta Games 2026. The opening ceremony is set for Saturday, April 4th at 2:30 p.m. local time, kicking off the first day of competition in St. George's, Grenada. The games will run from April 4th to 6th at the Karani James Athletic Stadium. To football now, Trinidad and Tobago senior women are gearing up for a crucial CONCACAF World Cup qualifier against El Salvador women's national football team on April 17th at the Hazley Crawford Stadium, with a place in the next round on the line. Support for the team is building, highlighted by a promotional gathering on Thursday night at SIP on the Avenue. The event brought together key members of the local football community and fans, all rallying behind the women's team ahead of their decisive showdown. A victory would send TNT into the final 8-team playoff in November 2026, where spots at the 2027 FIFA World Cup and the 2028 Olympic Games will be up for grabs. And with that, we take another break. We'll be right back.
Struggling with picky eating, or unexplained loss of appetite, or tired of trying to gain weight with no results? Apetamin is here to help. This powerful appetite stimulant encourages healthier eating, supports weight gain, and improves BMI, perfect for both adults and children. Only Apetamin contains lysine, an essential amino acid that boosts appetite, builds muscle, supports growth, and aids calcium absorption. Take control of your appetite and reach your weight gain goals with Apetamin. Available at pharmacies nationwide.
If you could see what the future holds, you'd see that while things change, you've still got it. You are strong, resilient, inspiring, and you won't be defined by time. You'll own every minute of it, because you were made for more. Discover how Alive multivitamins by Nature's Way help you age vibrantly.
This is your chance to save big this Easter, because Bright Ideas Big Easter Sale is here. Bigger deals, brighter savings. That's the sound of prices getting slashed on all your home essentials store-wide. Unbeatable specials on glassware, cookware, utensils, and much more. Stock up now. Towels, 4 for just $100. Irons from just $85. Highest quality blackout curtains, 2 for just $99. That's a steal of a deal. Clean bed sheets, 2 for only $100. Huge savings on glassware, cookware, bakeware, and tableware. Post in style this Easter. Hurry in. These Easter deals won't last. Don't miss out. Head to the nearest Bright Ideas store today and save big, because Bright Ideas annual Big Easter sale is here.
Through every storm and every sunrise, a familiar face and a trusted voice returns to your forecast.
This is where it all began.
Good afternoon, Siparia. Welcome home. Welcome home.
Stronger, sharper, ready to serve you again.
2 minutes, the news.
Because when it comes to your weather,
I'm Sigodi Mohammed with your CNC3 weather forecast. It's good to be home.
St. Martin is calling, and we're answering. Join Chris and Brent as they dive into this French Caribbean paradise from fun food challenges.
Do not come back here with passion fruit doubles, Chris. We will fight.
To unforgettable immersive island experiences. And a little liquor tasting along the way. Life's a beach. So enjoy their runway.
That was amazing.
Saturday at 8:30 p.m. only on CNC3.
Name something that people stick their noses into.
The apple bucket, like bobbing for apples.
Where did that answer come from? In the apple bucket. Okay.
Welcome back. Over in Tobago, economist Dr. Vanus James says he's not surprised that the Tobago People's Party owes service providers following the last 2 elections. His comments come after a group of providers protested outside the party's Scarborough office on Thursday, demanding payment for work done during the 2025 general election and the January 12 THA polls. James said elections have become a vulgar race for control of the executive, leaving many parties in debt.
The elections in Tobago are generally quite expensive because people have learned for people to get their Christmas when elections come around. So to say, people have learned that they could effectively negotiate monies for their support.
And James says an overhaul of the governance structure would eliminate the need for major financiers. Meanwhile, political analyst Dr. Winford James notes parties often seek funding beyond what is outlined in the law, given the high cost of campaigns. The PNM Tobago Council leader Ansel Dennis did not respond to questions on whether it owes service providers. Consultant physician and host of CNC3's Ask the Doctor program, Dr. Joel Tiluxing, says the ongoing impasse between nurses and management at the North Central Regional Health Authority reflects systematic challenges within the public healthcare system. Speaking during last evening's program, Dr. Tiluxing said the nurses' current protest should not be dismissed as a simple disruption. Rather, it should be understood as a sign of prolonged and unresolved concerns. He emphasized that industrial action is often a last resort.
So when nurses withdraw their labor, even temporarily, it signals something serious. At the same time, we cannot ignore the impact on patients. Delays in care, postponed clinics, and longer waiting times place additional stress on people who are already vulnerable. And in healthcare, even small disruptions can carry significant consequences.
Dr. Tiluxing's comments come amid escalating tensions at the NCRHA, where nurses recently staged a silent protest at the Eric Williams Medical Sciences Complex. Now, it followed the authority's decision to reduce overtime rates. Officials have defended the move, citing irregularities in overtime claims. However, Dr. Tiluxing warns the withdrawal of nursing labor, even temporarily, will have serious implications.
Because situations like this rarely develop overnight. They build through gaps in communication, delays in decision-making, and missed opportunities to address concerns before they escalate. And the response will determine whether this becomes a turning point or just another chapter in a cycle that repeats itself.
And despite the weeks-long impasse, Health Minister Dr. Lakram Bodo is yet to comment publicly on the issue. Every year, Siparia Mai in Siparia draws hundreds of pilgrims as they gather at La Vina de Pastora RC Church to honor the divine shepherdess. Worshippers arrive from all over the country and all walks of life come to pray, make offerings, and seek blessings in a tradition that spans generations and religions, among them Hindus who see her as the mother of all mothers, or goddess Kali. 75-year-old Leela Mahabir has been making offerings to Siparia Mai since she was a child. She made the journey again with her daughter from Five Rivers, Aruca.
I get a lot of blessings when I come here. I see things working out differently, in a much better way when I come and visit her. Yeah, so that is why I come every year. Every year I come. Oh, I just ask her to grant me good health and strength, long life, wisdom and prosperity, protection for my children.
Another significant tradition is the cutting of a child's hair for the first time. It's believed to bring the child health, peace, and success in his life. Sunil Balsingh brought his second son, Vida, who turns 3 next week.
Cutting this child is bringing more like education, peace, intelligence, and his whole life in universe is being very blessed, as this is a very auspicious year. And then we will take the hair and we will go offer it to the sea, and a little flowers and a little rice, and ask God to bless him for guidance and things.
On the outskirts of the church's compound, people distributed alms to the underprivileged, while vendors lined the streets selling everything from produce to ornaments. Take another break, we'll be right back.
Dress like you mean business. At The Working Woman, we bring you stylish, professional looks made for the modern woman. From casual to formal workwear, we've got your professional wardrobe covered. Attention all bakers, doubles vendors, and roti makers. Try our high-quality bromate-free, all-purpose, and whole wheat flour. Low price and conveniently packaged in 2 pounds, 2 kg, 10 kg, and 25 kg bags. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Shiklisho Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit us at Warrenville, Canoopia. Shiklisho Limited. Quality you can trust.
Through every storm and every sunrise, a familiar face and a trusted voice returns to your forecast.
This is where it all began.
Good afternoon, Sigoni. Welcome home. Welcome home.
Stronger, sharper, ready to serve you again.
2 minutes, the news.
Because when it comes to your weather,
I'm Sigoni Mohammed with your CNC3 weather forecast. It's good to be home.
St. Martin is calling, and we're answering. Join Chris and Brent as they dive into this French Caribbean paradise, from fun food challenges.
Do not come back here with passion fruit doubles, Chris. We will fight.
To unforgettable immersive island experiences. And a little liquor tasting along the way. Life's a beach. So enjoy their runway.
That was amazing.
Saturday at 8:30 p.m. only on CNC3.
Name something that people stick their noses into.
The apple bucket, like bobbing for apples.
Where did that answer come from? In the apple bucket. Okay.
The Met Office says expect variable cloud cover with occasional showers, some of which may be moderate to heavy, particularly over Trinidad. There's a slight chance of isolated thunderstorms, while the evening and night should be generally settled. Scattered showers may linger. Heavy downpours could lead to street flooding and gusty winds. Tomorrow's maximum forecast temperature in Trinidad is 33 degrees, while Tobago will experience a high of 31 degrees Celsius. Seas are moderate with waves 2 meters in open waters and below 1 meter in sheltered areas. And that's how we end tonight's Good Friday newscast. Thanks for joining us. I'm Keyshawn Haynes on behalf of everybody here at CNC3. Do have a good night.
You're watching CNC3.